September 2025, press statement by the affected traders at the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex. Illegal demolition of traders building at the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex, and rejoinder to the misleading statement by the Lagos State Commissioner for Information of the on the Arise TV program. I, Chief Eric Ivan Chukwu, the chairman of stakeholder, and on behalf of the affected traders at Lagos International Trade Fair Complex, wish to bring to the attention of the federal government, the media, and general public the unlawful demolition of our building and the business premises at the complex. On the 25th day of September 2025, the officials of Lagos State government, without period notice and without serving any contravention notice, carried out the demolition of several traders' buildings in commando style within the complex. This action was executed despite the fact that the majority of the affected structures were duly approved by the Trade Fair Management Board. The statutory authority managing the complex on behalf of federal government, the press release agreement with the Trade Fair Management Board specifically indicates the board as the approving authority and supervising agency with respect to construction of structure within the complex. The same board, on behalf of federal government, collect the ground rent from the traders. We note with deep concern that 1. No contravention notice issued at no time where the affected traders served with any notice of contravention or violation of planning regulation as required by law. 2. Valid approval granted. The majority of the buildings that were demolished has valid approval from the Trade Fair Management Board, and the traders had complied with the requirement laid down by the Management Board. Let me see that. Let me see that.
You don't finish this. We'll take the approval.
3. Disregard for the due process. The demolition was carried out in total disregard of due process, the rule of law, and the right of traders who have invested their hard-earned resource in developing the complex. 4. Economic hardship. The destruction of these properties have displaced hundreds of business owners, and they were affected with heavy financial losses at a time of already severe economic hardship in the country. We view this act as a grave injustice and a direct assault on law-abiding citizens who have contributed immensely to commerce and the economic growth within the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex. It is reasonably expect that there will be synergy between the management board and the agencies of Lagos State government, on which areas are not absolutely under the control of federal government, in order to resolve the issue of unauthorized session without allowing it to disintegrate into orderly situation. Our attention have also been drawn to the statement made by the Lagos State Commissioner for Information on Arise TV, wherein he alleged that traders and the occupants within the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex were duly informed since last year of the need to obtain approval from the Lagos State government before the demolition of the structures. The assertion is not only misleading, but also inconsistent with the provision of the state law governing the ownership, management, and control of the complex. Now, federal owners and control. 1. The Lagos International Trade Fair Complex is a federal government property established and governed by the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex Management Board Act. Pursuant to this law, the federal government, through its board, retain exclusive authority to manage, allocate, and regulate activities within the complex. 2. Supremacy of the Land Use Act, 1978. While the Land Use Act vests all land in each state in the governor to be held in trust, Section 28 and related provisions expressly preserve the right of the federal government over land vested in the public purposes, including lands where federal institutes and facilities situated. Therefore, the claim that the state approval is required for the structure within the complex is legally untenable. 3. On the issue of demolition notice, contrary to the commissioner's claim, there is no evidence that the federal government, through the board duly authorized the purported demolition on that stakeholder were served valid statutory notice as required by law. Any action carried out by the state government or its agencies within the complex without federal authorization amount to an unlawful usurpation of federal power. The contravention notice written on all the demolished structures were hurriedly written on the morning of the demolition. It is very important to note that Lagos State government contravened its law on the service of regularization or contravention notice, even if the state government is appropriately authorized to issue the necessary approval. 4. Misleading the public. The attempt to justify the unlawful demolition of traders' structures by suggesting prior notice only serve to distort the fact and further aggravate the plight of the affected businessmen. It is imperative to stress that no amount of post-facto rationalization can cure the illegality of an act carried out in violation of the Land Use Act and the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex Management Board Act. In light of the foregoing, the public is urged to disregard the misleading claims, and the Lagos State Commissioner of Information stakeholder hereby demand immediate redressing accountability and respect for the rule of law in the management of the Lagos International Trade Fair. An immediate halt to any further demolition at the complex. 2. An independent investigation into the circumstances surrounding the demolition, including the roles of officials involved. 3. Adequate compensation to all the affected traders for the demolition, properties, and the business losses. And a concrete assurance from both the federal and the Lagos State government that such unlawful acts will not occur. We appeal to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Commerce, and all relative stakeholders to intervene urgently to restore justice and project the investments and protect the investments and livelihood of Nigerian traders at Lagos International Trade Fair. Of one of the getting from management board.
Hello.
No, not come. You got Please remove your hand. Let him take the press picture. Wait, let him take press picture.
Everything here with us.
You heard what the chairman read out. As the chairman of stakeholders in trade, I want to add from Adon. And I must thank Almighty God for what He has done for us. It is not easy for us to remain calm and looking at our property and somebody demolishing it. I must thank God for that, because all of us are aware that there is government here. We came into this place 1995, and it took us 4 years, and all these structures we put on ground to death. We do it, and we came in 2000. Since then 2000 to today, nobody come here to ask us for building approval. This is 30 years. I have never seen a king like this. We are in a place where the administration, the ED, executive director, federal government appointed her to come and manage this place. You see, let me say this. The commissioners are making a mistake. I put him that he's making a mistake. In Nigerian Constitution today, if you go to section 50, you will see the act that established management board. And if you go to section 49, it stated everything clear, the power, everything.
Yes. Yes.
Now, you cannot compare trade fair with FHA. You cannot compare trade fair with the Lagos, what do you call that place?
Yes.
There's art. In Nigerian Constitution today, you use the power, everything. Section 50 is in our Constitution. Are they doing this because we are trader, or are they doing this because we are not in Nigeria? We are Nigeria. So that's why I said I thank God, because the way and the manner we handle this matter. Otherwise, the thing will go out of
disaster.
and we say something like this will not accord again. Well, in Nigeria,
Yes.
it cannot accord again. How can you come here and say demolition? We don't have problem with anybody. What I expected the Lagos State to do is to liaise with the federal government, and I want to ask the management board: are they under Lagos? Is there any, the state and the federal? Which one is the higher? Is the state under the federal, or the federal is under the state? The state is under the federal.
Yes.
So what is the problem? Why demolition our problem? Why demolition our property like we are not in Nigeria? We in Nigeria. Because Nigeria cover you anywhere you go, you can submerge. And nobody can deny you that. So now what I'm trying to say, they should go to section 50 and section 49. It's stated clear. This matter must go to, I even appealing to the House. The Senator, National Assembly, to intervene. We have been having a meeting with them. Let them come and sort this matter out.
Okay.
Because if they don't come, if they allow this thing to generate, as soon as
It's down to disaster.
But allow the management to do their work.
Yes.
Federal government appointed them.
Yes,
They are not
yes.
here legal. They are not here illegal. They are here legal by the Constitution of Nigeria. Constitutionally. So we see anybody challenging them, the act is there. That is why I'm referring them to section 50 and 49.
Thank you.
So I want to use this opportunity to thank all of you for the manner and the way we manage to compose ourselves when they are demolishing our property. We do not fight them. We allow them. But you can see we are looking like if we are not in Nigeria. Such a thing cannot happen again. Let the House intervene. Let the Senator intervene. So that this problem will be solved. Thank you.
We shall always fight for our we shall always fight